Hey everybody, I'm here today to tell you that you control your wins and losses. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the importance of taking responsibility for both your wins and your losses. And I'll be telling you about a simple example of something that you've probably seen many times other people do, in which they take responsibility for their wins, but they don't take responsibility for their losses. Now let's go over the example first. Oftentimes when someone is going to have a baby, okay, people will predict the gender of the baby. They'll think, either it's a boy or it's a girl. They're going to think, I'm predicting that it's a boy. I'm predicting that it's a girl. This is what I experienced when my wife was pregnant. And everybody seems to have their prediction for one reason or another. Now, once people have predicted so many genders of babies, what is going to happen is that a lot of people remember all of the ones that they got right. They say, I've been right like 5 times in a row. But when you really look at their track record, they remember the 5 times that they were right, but they seem to forget about the 8 times that they were wrong. So what it comes down to is this: that's the perfect example of the reason, or I should say of the evidence, that many people will easily take responsibility for the wins, but they don't seem to take responsibility for the losses. And the only way to be super successful and to reach your maximum potential in life is to take responsibility for both. Now, it's inevitable. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. There's a saying you can't win them all. And that's because in life, you're going to win some things, you're going to win some battles, you're going to lose some battles, but you have to take responsibility for both. By all means, when you win something, whether it's tiny or huge, take responsibility for it. Praise yourself for it. Demand praise from others about it, okay? There's nothing wrong with doing something extraordinary and then taking responsibility for that win. Some people think about it as bragging, and I guess if you just go and rub it into everyone's face, I guess it might be bragging, but don't do it in that way. I'm just saying, be happy that you won and that you earned that win. Never forget that, okay? Be happy that you won and that you earned that win. Now, in the same token, when you experience a loss, whether it's tiny or huge, take responsibility for that loss. It's the only way that you're going to be successful in life. Now, even if you only claim 1% responsibility for that loss, guess what? You're still claiming responsibility. Now, things happen in life, tiny losses or huge losses, and you have to learn to take responsibility for every single one of them, even if it's not your fault, even if in your mind you're thinking that it's not your fault. Let's say right now, you're sitting at a red light and you get rear-ended, right? You're thinking, well, that's not my fault. I'm just sitting at a red light and someone rear-ended me. Yeah, I guess in theory it's not your fault, but could you have checked your mirrors a little bit more frequently? Yes. So that tiny little bit of responsibility of fault is yours. And the lesson here is not to take responsibility for everything and think that it actually is your fault, but it is to use that to your advantage. Because if you take responsibility for everything, wins and losses, because you control your wins and losses, then you're going to have more wins. It's inevitable. It will happen. You're going to constantly improve. If you are always looking for a reason to put yourself at the tiniest bit of fault and use that to improve, then you will always improve and you will improve your chances of success. Now, if you think that, getting rear-ended is your fault and you're going to come down hard on yourself for it and you're not going to improve, but you're just going to be sad about it, then no, you're not going to benefit from blaming yourself and taking responsibility for losses that aren't in theory or in reality your real losses, right? It's not your fault. But if you claim responsibility for all of the wins and losses, you are going to be constantly improving. And guess what? Someone that constantly improves has a greater chance of success. So I'm telling you right now, every win and every loss, for the next 30 days, take responsibility for it. The tiniest wins, the tiniest losses, the biggest wins, the biggest losses. Because if you're willing to claim responsibility for all of the wins that you've accomplished, but not all of the losses that you've contributed to, I will tell you right now, there is almost no chance that you will be as successful as you can be. Sure, you might be like successful. You might make 100 grand a year. You might make 250 a year. That's successful, of course, but you're not going to achieve your highest potential level of success. And that's why I'm telling you to take responsibility for absolutely everything, wins and losses. And that's basically it, because at the end of the day, you are in control of your wins and losses. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you like my energy, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. I'd love to know your opinion on taking control and responsibility of your wins and losses. Let me know as a comment down below. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.